This has got to be my favorite beat that I've made all year. I'm going to play it right now so you get a little sneak peek. Hopefully that has enticed you to stick around. I made this beat with my good friend Sebastian Portillo in Chicken. I'm going to show a little bit of that behind the scenes, what it actually looked like when we created it from top to bottom. And then we're going to dive into my thought process in regards to arranging the beautiful 8 bars that we basically had at the end of that session and see where we've taken it now.
It's got a bar. I like that.
I think that was it.
That last one.
Okay, yeah. So this beat excites me so much. It was so cool because what you didn't see in that vlog part was us trying to come up with some sort of idea to that first initial drum loop for like 30, 45 minutes. It's really cool. I don't know if you see those little moments of where the idea just comes from nowhere. It's my favorite thing. I'm playing the guitar. I'm not even that good at the guitar. I'd say I'm amateur at best. And then an idea comes from nowhere. The guitar speaks to me. The universe sends it over. I don't know what it is, but I'm thankful for it. It really has to do with patience. But enough of the life talk. Let's get into this track. So I just kind of wanted to break down because I think it's really cool, the structure of this beat so far. I feel like it might be a little intimidating to whoever is going to hit this because these sections are very versatile. But let's break it down. So started with the drum loop. That's been one of my favorite things lately, finding some sort of drums, whether you just do a kick, a snare, a hi-hat, your own. You take a drum loop and you chop it up. And that's what I did here. There was a little sound inside of this loop that I didn't like, so I had to cut it up a little bit so it would flow perfectly. But this is that main drum loop down here in the purple. That's the first little thing that we hear, and that repeatedly loops. The next element that we bring in is this little Kalen Ellis snare, and we have a little bit of a delay on it. So in that creation of this, in that little vlog section, you get to kind of hear where that comes in, and it's a little offset, and I was trying to figure out exactly how to place it to get the effect that I want, but let's hear that right now. Okay, cool. So more specifically, when we have that delay on and we hear that, it's a snare dry. There's like a little, it sounds like there's a tambourine there as well. Or maybe it was just a tambourine hit. I don't know, but it's super cute. We throw that little 8th note delay. And trust me, I'm not amazing with delays and understanding which one I want to use, but it's about pulling up Ableton, go into your audio effects, go into your delay, and then what's amazing about Ableton, when you hit Q, you can swap your audio effect really quickly. So for instance, I could go groove, I could go high, all of those things, and we can quickly run through all the different options and then start messing around with the ones that we like. Definitely efficient. Then we have that first guitar loop that came in. At first, this first section doesn't sound like that Daft Punky thing. I say Daft Punk because that's someone mentioned it in the room when we were there. I think it was Chicken. I also sent it to my buddy Nate Traveler, and it was the first thing that he said as well. But at the beginning, this kind of more reminds me of like the Arctic Monkeys type of vibe. Let's listen to this with the guitar in. So nothing too crazy. I have this little flangey guitar thing that I made years ago in Ableton as a preset, and I just have it saved in here. Nothing too crazy. Chorus, compressor, a little bit of a flanger. I muted this reverb, and then I ended up putting Decapitator on top of it to get it a little crunchy, get the crunch going. All right, then we're moving into the next section, and this is where the bass comes in. Now, right away, the bass just follows the same melody. The two other things that also come in is that kick, and then we have this gigolo perk loop. And it has that amazing like cowbell or triangle in the background, which is very important to hear and notate for later when we get into that kind of post-hook breakdown. But let's listen to what everything sounds like coming in together. And earlier when I mentioned I had an 8-bar loop, it's because that's exactly how I kind of create, especially in Ableton's arrangement view. When I started, I used to use session a lot, especially with the push, but arranging and trying to specifically pull in different instruments at certain times, that's when you start elevating your skills and learning how to like carry that energy throughout the track. So basically when we're looking at this timeline, a new thing is coming in pretty much every 4 bars. So the ears are always going to be intrigued. So we get a little bit more fullness here. We get the kick drum. We have that cool perk loop that comes in. And then we have another lead guitar that comes in the next section. And those are just that. It's essentially what I do every time that I play the guitar. I'll play one idea down, and then I'll try to hear some other melody that I can stack on top of it, creating this beautiful little sandwich. And sometimes you might think, is he playing that all at the same time? How is this happening? No, I'm patient. I don't know how to do it. It usually takes like 20 minutes to figure out. But let's listen to what this all sounds like together now. It's very ambient. It's ambient. But it makes the space feel a little bit more funky, shall we say. The next thing, we're starting to build up that energy a little bit more. And we have Sebastian laying down a guitar. What else do we got coming in? We got a little audio track here. Switching up the bass line to better match kind of like a pre-section. And then in the hook, we go crazy and we play a whole nother bass line down here. And speaking of, this should probably be muted. So we just had this little drum loop in the background that first comes in this little pre-drop section. We also have a little chopped fill. So, I mean, for some of these things, yeah, you could deliberately put all these things together, or you could have all of your sample packs stored and organized, and you know which one to pull out at the right time. For some of these things, I use Splice to look up fills and just try to find what we can have that would match the energy and sticking in the same sounds realm, right? So we're playing a bass guitar, we're playing an electric guitar. We should kind of have some acoustic sounding fills. Like we shouldn't have like a drum processed fill. That wouldn't work. It would match a different timbre, I guess. Like a different, I'll put up the definition of timbre if you don't know what it means. But trying to get into that place where they all kind of sound the same, so they all support each other. We're also dropping out the main drum loop to make sure that it's highlighted that we're switching sections right here. So let's listen out. I'm going to let it roll right into the hook so we can see how the energy is transferred between these two sections. Should I unsolo this? Okay, so that is the Daft Punk part. That's why I'm titling this video what it is. Because that bass line, the cheerful guitar chords, there's just like overwhelming energy that is positive, and I like that. And this is, again, why it's my favorite beat of this year. Speaking of this year, it's almost Christmas. It's the 21st. Shout out to my people celebrating Christmas, Hanukkah, any other holidays. I don't know. Happy holidays, guys. We're in here. We're switching. We have that bass line comes in. Again, with the bass line, it took a little bit of time to figure this one out. I could hear it. Seb was trying to help mimic the notes that we heard. And this is what that sounds like. And as you can see, I had to warp some of this to make it on time. There are a couple of notes that are, you could almost hear me picking another note by accident and things like that. So this could definitely be redone, but for the idea for where it's at, it's beautiful. I love it. What else comes in for the first time? There's guitar strums of the chords from Sebastian. And then we have Sebastian's electric guitar that is the driving force behind this. And nothing too crazy going on here. We have that little flanger, or the flangey guitar that I made, of course, turned off. Flanger, compression, slight slap delay on there, which is another delay preset, and decapitator on there as well. Going down to the bottom, we also have just those little picked guitars, and I believe, yeah, those are muted at the moment because it was, I think, a little too overwhelming of too many different melodic ideas. But this is how you can see how it happens. It's a bunch of throwing out every idea and seeing what sticks, seeing what is worth to keep in there. So again, this is where we're at in the hook in this section. And keep in mind, this is the first time that main guitar is muted. And that's, again, because this is the first hook. We don't want to give them everything, right? So at the end, you'll notice, hey, a couple more things come in. We have another guitar loop. We actually have that main guitar loop in and the other guitar melody in. And we also have some more drums. We're giving them the final payoff at the end, the thing that we've all been looking for. So we're finishing this hook. It's a vibe. We slowly start taking out some of those percussive elements so we can switch over to this next section. So this is like a post hook, a bridge maybe. And again, that's why I like it. it's not just like, this is definitely verse 1, this is definitely verse 2, they're the same melodies, none of that stuff. And why it could be a little intimidating, because we got to see who's going to hit. Someone's going to hit it, and it's going to be beautiful, and we're going to look back at this video one day. It's going to be super cute. But we're chilling right here. So, yeah, let's listen to this. Again, remember that Gigolo perk loop had that little triangle in there that really sets the tone for the space. So let's see how we take it out of here. Shit is so mysterious. And we're gonna bring back in that kick. We have Sebastian's guitar there. Open hat. So again, we have everything from the last hook over here, but we've made sure to add some other things for the momentum. So we brought back in those two main guitars that drive the whole track. We also have this little arcade guitar plucky kind of sounding thing. Arcade's an amazing tool. I printed it to hear. Arcade, if you don't know, it is a plugin. It's a monthly subscription. Yo, to be honest, fuck these monthly subscriptions. But if it helps you make a better beat, it's worth it. But if you guys want to pay me, you guys are so good. You're ahead of the game. Best plugin. No, but it's very useful. You can adjust it to the key that you're working in. And there's all these different melodic ideas over the keyboard that you can play that will match what you're doing. Again, you match the BPM, you match the key, and it's just it's a really cool experience. So that's in there. That's new for the first time. We also have another little, looks like tambourine loop down here, just to add a little bit more rhythm to everything else that's already going on here. And that's everything else that is new. So when we listen to this again, one more time, now hearing all those new things, maybe we can hear the difference between, let's take a look. Let's play the first hook for the first 8 bars, and then let's go to the next one. Okay, that was 4 bars, but there's that, then this. And some of those things are so small. Like, can you really hear that when you hear everything else? You might have to put your headphones on for that one. But a lot of those things, and that's what I've learned over my music production career. I've only been at this shit for, how many years? I don't know, like 5 or 6. But some of those things, you can't hear them deliberately, but it's the feeling that they give. It's all of this perfect made sandwich filling this space. It's like a box, and you got to perfectly put everything in there. That's one of the next things that I'm trying to get better at every day, is mixing and understanding how to deliberately place things. But using these tools, using presets in your delays and things like that to learn how to adjust that space so everything just makes this tasty little sandwich. It's a cool way to do it. So I think that's everything. I'll play it again from start to finish at the end of the video so you get to vibe out. I hope this was useful. I hope you maybe learned something about arrangement, about how a little idea can come from something. So small as just hearing a drum loop and trying to spend 45 minutes to figure out what the idea should be. Because everything is there. You just got to be patient and you got to wait till that inspiration comes in. And that's the thing is if you don't sit there, if you don't sit for 50 minutes, you might not find the idea. My favorite beat of the year might not have come to life had I not been patient enough for it. So I'm super thankful. Got some cool music that has been coming out. About a month ago, I dropped a song called Felt with Nate Traveler. Beautiful song, beautiful emotions. It's a healing song for myself. It's one of those things where I just sat down and made a piano loop months ago. Just because I was like, I haven't played the piano in ages. Piano loop, a little drum loop. All of a sudden, a beautiful song that its message heals my heart to this day. I really needed that song, and it's crazy how the timeline of all that works. Sebastian Portillo, who I produce for and manage for, his most recent track, Up Late, just came out last week. It's a beautiful time. It's a beautiful time to be alive. I'm going to be here more consistently. I've been always afraid of talking about every Sunday. I think I said it once, or every Wednesday. Right now, the schedule is going to be Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. I'm going to be dropping videos, as well as Sunday morning. I want to work into a Wednesday night post, a Sunday morning post, and really get into a flow of documenting the creative journey that I am on in my life, all of the different lessons of working with artists that I'm working with. We're going to be talking about NFTs. We're going to be talking about promotion. We're going to talk about independent artists. The artists that I'm working for have a combined, 300,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. And this started in Southwest Florida, and it started with pure intentions and good hearts and just people that wanted to make music. So anything I can do to support the homies, anything I can do to support y'all, I'm here for. Reach out if you guys need anything. You can follow me at SiAwayAt on Instagram. You can DM me there. You can comment down below. And maybe we'll work together one day. Let's stay positive. It's going to be a beautiful rest of the year. It's going to be a beautiful year coming into 2022. I'm excited for all the blessings in life. Hope y'all are doing good. Hope y'all have a great rest of your time this year. And I'll see you guys soon. I might need to hit you up to repair my relationship. Can you do that?
I'm a ghostwriter, dude. It doesn't matter.
He's a ghostwriter.
If you need a novel
in
written,
all areas.
If you need a song written, if you need a DM written, if you need to wild out on the TL, I can literally craft the perfect message to send.
He's a ghostwriter. You gotta bring back your bio, professional ghostwriter. You gotta bring that bio back.
Oh no! Right now it's writing and I'm just like sipping and writing, or writing and or sipping. That's my bio right now.
You are sipping right now.
Damn right.